Hello audience, Astro van fans and anybody else. March 12th 2024, March 12th 2024 video diary. It's 12:28 in the PM. It's a Tuesday afternoon. It's 77 degrees in the workshop. I'm continuing work on the engine to sort out the problem that I found. Number 6 rod bearing, piston rod bearing, was bad. I don't find anything else wrong, but I don't know the cause, and I doubt it's the oil pump, but I would never put this one back in again. I don't trust it. But anyway, going out to the van, I got all six pistons out, and the only one with damage to the crankshaft is number 6. So you know, everything else looks really good except for number 6. So I could get a reconditioned crankshaft for about 250 bucks and then buy or rent, I can't rent one, I tried, a engine crane to try to get this engine out. Now the Astro van enthusiasts tell me that I can remove this cross member and get the engine out, you know, taking their AC core out. And I'm going to do other refrigeration work, but that's another video for later. It was working when I turned the van off, let me put it that way. There's nothing wrong with the AC, but I'm going to replace that accumulator, and you know, when I get everything else sorted. So just gonna move around the van here for a minute, and I'm shopping for a machine shop. I went to one yesterday, and they don't do engine rebuilds, they said. So all 6 cylinders are out. And moving over to the other side of the van. I'll probably put the camshaft back in. I got all 6 pistons bagged up. I'll put the cylinder, the camshaft back in it just for shipping, so it doesn't get, camshafts are very easily damaged. So anyway, the machine shop will tell me whether I need another cam and new lifters and all that. But I'm looking at the online ratings for machine shop. The one that was recommended to me is like 4.5 stars or out of 5. And they look very professional, and they look like they have everything they need. But I don't know how I'm going to get this engine out of here. I know Harbor Freight has a portable engine crane for $250. So, you know, plan A is I could somehow get this engine out and then put it into the shed that I normally store the lawnmower in, and buy an engine stand for, you know, about $500, and the crane and the stand, and rebuild it myself. But I just don't think I have enough time or patience. I built engines before, and motorcycle and car engines, so there's no mystery there for me, but everything takes time. So I'm going to carry on with preparing to get this engine out in this video diary, and which will I'll be removing the AC core and the upper radiator support, and pulling the starter and who knows what else, the engine mounts. So I'll be working around it, so I'm not going to video everything, but I thought I'd tell you what I plan to do. And for people that are curious what it looks like at this stage of a disassembly, I'm shooting a little bit extra video. And on the head, on the cylinder 6 on the exhaust side, the furthermost rear bolt, that was cross-threaded at the factory. So, and I'll slip the camshaft back in. But I'm going to go underneath the van, and sorry for the strange noises I make as I move my body, but let's go underneath the van here and I'll show you what it looks like underneath. Oh, for anybody that might be curious. But all of these journals look really good, except for number 6. It's kind of scarred up. Oh, and I'm able to turn it by hand real nice, and you can run your thumbnail or fingernail. Where am I at? Fingers. Yeah, you can run your, I don't know, it seems like this camera goes in focus and out of focus. Anyway, thumbnail time. Fingernail. You can feel it in there, and the other one's smooth as a baby's butt. So, and that's what you're looking for. So, a reconditioned crankshaft online is like $250. And the cylinders, I think, and pistons and cylinders are probably okay. But a rebuild short block online is like $2,200. So I'm gonna try to get estimates from machine shops. There's a couple of them in Hialeah. One of them I used in the years ago, and that would be one I'd look at their rating online. I think they got 5 stars out of 5. They stand behind whatever they do. And the one machine shop that's closest to me, you know, because I'm gonna have to rent a truck to haul this block to the rebuilder once I get it out. So distance is mileage, you know, from U-Haul or whatever. So I kinda, and I gotta pull these lines on this oil exchange lines, pull those lines. I'm gonna try to remove everything that the rebuilder doesn't need in their way and give them the parts bagged up with the stuff they do need, and see what the rebuilders or the machine shops tell me. And I got one in Cutler Bay that was recommended, one on US 1 halfway between Perrine and Cutler Bay, and then a third up in two more up in Hialeah. So once I get this out, if I can get this block into the trunk of my Honda Civic, that makes it easier. That's one of the reasons why I tore it down, was to get the weight down so I could bring it in parts as opposed to the whole thing assembled. And also to satisfy my curiosity, what caused the failure. I still don't know what caused the engine to seek at idle. I've done everything I can possibly do to it, and then I worked on the fuel injection, and then this problem manifested itself with number 6. So I don't know why, but it's been one thing after another. But I really want to get this truck back in service, so I need to figure this out. Either fix it myself or take it to a machine shop, but I got to do something to get it back in service. Again, audience, thanks for watching. Dennis Sietsma, Dennis John Sietsma Productions, Homestead, Florida, USA. Do-it-yourself work can result in death or injury, so do at your own risk. This is a video diary, not a how-to. This is a documentary about my 1994 Astro van that I've owned since new. Thanks for watching. Okay, this is Dennis Sietsma, Dennis John Sietsma Productions, Homestead, Florida, 1994 Chevy Astro van. I got the cooler lines for the oil with a 20 millimeter, and I don't always buy SK Wayne or Snap-on tools, but this is before I discovered online the tools you can get a lot less expensive and good enough for hobbyist use. So anyway, got the lines out, and it's 20 millimeter on all four ends, but I did lose the O-rings, so I gotta try to find a source to get new oil rings. And I'll work on the engine mounts a little bit later, but I did did a little bit on the driver's side engine mount, and then I'll work on the passenger side engine mount. And I visited one machine shop a couple weeks ago, Roque's, and looks like he had everything needed to help me rebuild this. But I have a history with another company in Hialeah that did a marine engine for me back, I think, in 2007, and did an excellent job, but I had a problem and brought it back to them, and they stood behind the work 100%. So flip a coin, go with somebody you have no experience with that looks good, or go with somebody you have experience with that you had a problem and they made it good. So I don't know, but the one shop did, the one in Hialeah, which is Herco, unless they changed their name, there on Okeechobee Road, and they said check with U-Haul. U-Haul rents engine cranes, and so I'll have to check with U-Haul, see if that's true next time I swing into town, in the Homestead. I had to replace these lines. I got these from Napa a couple years ago. They like to leak after so many years, so power oil. So keep that in mind if you take these lines off and put them back on. Again, thanks for watching. Okay, I got T15 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that comes loose. Same thing on the other side. Some T15s, 1, 2, 3, 4 along the top. Now this has bolts underneath it holding it, so I got to get those. They're probably 14 millimeter, at least 2 of them, one on each side. And these break all the time, so that one I don't want to break. I got that in 2017. So anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, 10 millimeter bolts. 2 10 millimeter bolts, and the grill came out. The best tool I found was the 1/4 inch drive with this 10 millimeter Summit Racing tiny socket. Seemed to work pretty well. So next we'll be taking off these supports and take out the get the horns out of the way, and then get the the air conditioning condenser removed, and hopefully I can get this top support to come loose and out of the way, so I have enough room to get the engine out. Alright everybody, it's coming along. Thanks for watching. 1994 Chevy Astro van video diary, March 12th, 2024. It's 5:12 in the afternoon, and I take quite a few breaks during the day, so. But anyway, 8 bolts and the upper support came out of the way. So now I can work on the air conditioning, the AC condenser, to get that out. And I can't tell you how many times I lost sleep worried about, well, what if I have to cut the subframe to get the engine out? But it looks like I'm going to have plenty of room once I get the condenser out of the way. I hope. should be enough room. So again, audience, thanks for watching. Dennis John Seatsma Productions, Homestead, Florida, USA. Do-it-yourself work can result in death or injury, so do at your own risk. This is a video diary, a documentary, not a how-to. So I make mistakes. Give me a thumbs up, please, if anything is interesting here. And please consider subscribing. You can subscribe or unsubscribe at no monetary impact, and I'm not getting paid if you watch these videos. And until I have 4,000 subscribers, and I only have 360 something. So thanks for watching. Okay, the air conditioning is 20 millimeter and 24 millimeter, 24 and 20. So, and of course those lines are frozen, they don't want to come apart or loose. So I put a little penetrating fluid on there and come back to it a little bit after I have a short break. But I don't want to break anything because this condenser is really hard to come by these days for this RPO 35 R35 engine with this 94 van. Condensers are kind of rare to come by and pricey, so don't want to break this one if I can help it. Okay, I got them to move, but they won't release. All I'm doing is twisting this tubing here. When I try to loosen the nut, it's twisting. And on this side, I don't know, I can't get it to release. It loosens, but it won't release the tubing, which is the problem I had on the radiator with the fitting there. It wouldn't release. So if there's a secret to doing this, let me know.